everybody and welcome to Vinoch and to our kitchen. My name is Allegra Hamri and from now on I will give you some advice about food and Italian wine pairings. You don't always need to go to restaurants to enjoy good wine. You can also stay at home and get your perfect pairing with only a few ingredients. Today I'm going to tell you about one of my homemade favorite pairings with Moscato Bianco from Sicily, a Sicilian producer, Pasta Manzio, and spaghetti aglio, olio e peperoncino, made using Spaghettoni Toscani from Pasta Fabbri, an artisanal Italian producer from Tuscany. Let's talk about the wine. So Moscato Bianco is an indigenous grape from Sicily with a very defined character in its aromas and perfumes. This one has a very decisive character because of its fruity notes and flowery aromas as well. I can smell, for example, white melon and peach and apple, but also jasmine and orange blossom, which all together match perfectly with the spicy character of the dish, because spaghetti aglio, olio, peperoncino can be very spicy sometimes and need something to balance this spiciness. For example, Moscato is perfect because it helps reducing this spicy feeling, making it sweeter and enhancing the taste of the recipe. So now let's move on and let's prepare the dish itself. For 2 portions, you will need a can of yellow tomato sauce, a bunch of capers and dried tomatoes, a few slices of stale bread, and of course extra virgin olive oil and chili pepper. Then 180 grams of Spaghettoni Toscani by Pasta Fabbri. Let's start cutting the dried tomatoes into slices and then cut the slices into small pieces. You won't need to be too sharp because you're going to mince them later with other ingredients. Take a blender and put 2 tablespoons of capers inside. Then add your dried tomatoes and use your hands or a serrated knife to break the slices of bread. It is better to use stale bread because it's crunchier and more suitable to make a crumble. Let's mix everything together until you reach the right texture. It doesn't have to be powdery. It is good if you keep some bigger bites. Just like this. Let's take a baking tray and start spreading your crumble all over it. I suggest you using a spatula to collect all the crumble. As you can see, sometimes it sticks to the blender. You can also use your hands to spread it more evenly. Add a few drops of extra virgin olive oil to make it tastier and crunchier. Once spread, it is ready to go in the oven at a low temperature, around 100 degrees. It is enough to get it dry without risking to burn it. Then you'll be ready to focus on your aglio e olio. Take a pan and pour a generous amount of olive oil. Quality is a very important factor for final result here. Take a garlic clove and add it to the pan with the skin. Then cut your chili pepper into small pieces. I usually put 1 whole because I like my spaghetti to be spicy, but you can always put less or more. Put some water into a pot and bring it to a boil. Don't forget to salt the water when it's boiling and before you put your pasta in it. You will ruin it if you salt it when cooked. Now, take a big spoon of cooking water and move on to the most important step, aglio e olio sauce. Pour it in the blender and add a whole garlic clove. Then, add about 2 spoons of olive oil and mix everything. You will get this very liquid light yellow cream. Just like this. When you hear the water boiling, put the spaghetti inside. Wait for the lower part to soften so that you can easily stir them. While you're waiting for your pasta to be cooked, warm up your yellow tomato sauce, but don't bring it to a boil. It just has to be cooked and warm. Your crumble will also be probably ready to be taken out of the oven. You won't see differences in the color, but you'll immediately feel its crunchiness with your hands. Here, you should also be ready with all the other preparations: the tomato sauce, the Olio sauce, and your pasta. Drain your spaghetti and put them directly in the pan with garlic, oil, and chili pepper. Like this. Saute everything in the pan, or if you don't feel confident enough, use tongs or whichever kitchen tool to stir the pasta. I always forget to remove the garlic clove from the pan. Don't make the same mistake. I can guarantee you won't need extra garlic for the dish. And now, the most important step. Pour your aglio e olio sauce into the pan and keep stirring to reach the perfect creaminess. In case the sauce is too thick, you can add a bit more cooking water, but be careful not to drown your pasta. And finally, the glazing. Put 2 spoons of tomato sauce on the dish and use your spoon to make a bigger circle. Then use a big spoon and tongs to plate the spaghetti. Try turning the tongs inside the spoon to make the shape of a nest. And a final touch will be the crumble. Let it fall like snow on top of everything. So, that's it. Spaghettoni Toscani, aglio, olio, peperoncino on yellow datterino tomatoes and bread crumble. And don't forget a good glass of MOSCATO Bianco.